Alright, so I've officially hit rock bottom. Hello internet, it's me, Asher, and if you're new to the channel, well, for the past 2 weeks I've been bedbound with a lung infection. So if you're wondering, what's that gross stain on his shirt? Vicks Vapor Rub. It's the only reason I can actually fucking breathe. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if the mic is picking up that giant fucking noise that's loud and intrusive. Sorry about that. That's my humidifier. Again, more Vicks, so I'm able to breathe. And not this. It's like a humidifier liquid form of Vicks. But yeah, you know. So let's just get that out of the way. Funny comment, haha. Whatever. My life has hit rock bottom because for the past 2 weeks I've been doing nothing but just rotting in bed, bored out of my mind. You know, all the games I've been playing, I'm bored of them. You know, I even started playing Red Dead Redemption 2 again on this channel. Check out that video once you're done with this one. I made a little playlist. I think around sometime next week I'll upload episode 2. I'll play a little bit more. Right now I'm kind of tired, so I'm gonna give it time to naturally come and go. So that being said, let's get into this fucking Jake Paul fight. You know, I had nothing better to do. I decided, fuck it. Like, I don't want to play video games. I don't want to read my comic books right now because I'm not in the mood to read. It's just hard to do anything. It's hard to breathe. So I just wanted to switch my brain off for a little bit. I played the Jake Paul event. Like, the first 2 matches were whatever. I really did not give a fuck. And I don't think that's a crazy thing to say. But I did not give a fuck about those first 2 matches. The third match was great. I feel like that was the match of the night, to be completely honest with you. I could go an entire fucking glaze fest about how much I enjoyed that match. Because the champion was really fucking solid. I'll just say that. The champion was really solid. She put on a good show. She put on a good fight. She had Johnny Dang at her side. I thought that was fucking hilarious. Johnny Dang. So yeah, I was rooting for her. She put on a great match. I feel like even from round 2, you could tell the other girl was stumbling because she was leaning on the champion a lot. So it was just a stalemate of just, you know, how long are you gonna last? Not even if who was gonna win. After round 2, it just felt like it wasn't even a question of who was gonna win, but just when the champion was gonna retain. But you know, the challenger really put up a solid fight. I have nothing but respect for the 2 women. That should have been the main event. I'll just say it right there. If we lived in a perfect world, those 2 fighters would be the main event. Everybody would give their money and their props, and all the social media would be talking about them. But we don't live in a perfect world. We're not here to talk about them. We're here to talk about Jake Paul. And that's the crazy part too, because I don't know. I tricked myself into getting excited for it because I was like, you know, I have nothing better to do on a Friday night. You know, I don't. I have nothing better to do on a Friday night. So I might as well watch this Jake Paul fight to make some YouTube content. Because, you know, YouTube content is genuinely the only thing that's fucking giving me sanity right now. You know, I'm stuck in fucking bed and all I want to do is just fucking walk out into traffic and just end it all. But, like, it's fine. We got YouTube videos to make, so we're not doing that. Fuck all that. I decided, you know, any excuse to make a YouTube video is a good excuse. So let's watch this Jake Paul match, and boy, it fucking sucked. The first 4 rounds were just Jake Paul being an idiot. And that's not me being a Jake Paul hater. I really don't care about the guy. I don't. You know, I didn't grow up watching Bizarrevark. I didn't grow up watching the Jake Paul videos and Team 6. I don't care. That was just I was never the right audience, you know what I mean? I'm not a spoiled suburban white kid. So I was never going to relate to Jake Paul's content. But you know, I think we all tuned in to get his ass beat, and that's exactly what we got. But boy, did we have to suffer through it. And like, again, that's not me just saying it to hate on Jake Paul. Like, literally, the commentators were saying it. The fans were booing. The commentators throughout the entire match, they were asking, what is Jake Paul doing? What is Jake Paul doing? This is not boxing. The match had to be stopped. That's how bad it fucking was. That's how shitty this match was. the referee literally had to stop like halfway into round 3 and tell Jake Paul, you know what? You're doing all these wrestling moves. You're trying to tackle him like if you're Edge or like fucking Roman Reigns. You're trying to tackle your opponent, but none of the fans paid to see this bullcrap. That's literally the words he said. None of the fans paid to see this bullcrap. So unless you're fucking actually gonna box, I'm not gonna start the match. It was embarrassing. I don't know. If I was a promoter, I would be embarrassed. If I was Netflix, I'd be embarrassed. If I was Jake Paul, I would be embarrassed, bro. That was fucking embarrassing. It was pathetic. Thankfully, around round 4 is when it started to pick up because Jake Paul, I understand what he was trying to do, okay? Like, I'm not gonna completely knock the guy. He obviously knows what the fuck he's doing. He actually knows how to fucking box. You know what I mean? I'm a fat asthmatic. I'm not gonna knock somebody's athletic skill. The guy obviously knows what the fuck he was trying to do. He was trying, like, if you know anything about any sport, any sort of fighting, combat, you know, if there's a size advantage, the only fucking way to win against a bigger, stronger opponent is to tire him out. That's what Jake was doing. He was trying to play the psychological games. And look, that's dandy and great, but at the end of the day, it's like the referee said, nobody paid to watch that bullshit. Nobody wants to see you fucking shoulder tackle. This isn't football. This isn't WWE. Nobody paid to see that shit. So the first 4 matches were just not matches. First 4 rounds were nothing but utter fucking garbage. And then finally, once Jake Paul tired himself out doing all that stupid shenanigans, he kept trying to shoulder tackle the AJ guy, Anthony Joshua, and it was just fucking ridiculous. But Anthony Joshua, like, it's just a testament to his skill because, like, the dude was like, okay, he's tired. Now I'm gonna beat his ass. He just waited for Jake to tire himself out. And, you know, that's how he knocked him out. And, yeah, that's fine and dandy and all. But, like, it's obviously not enough content to make a whole fucking video about. So that's not what this whole video is going to be about. You know, obviously, I was able to stretch it for 7 minutes, so that's good. But, yeah, I mean, it was lackluster. It was disappointing. It's exactly what I was expecting. Truth be told, I like watching the Jake Paul fights for one reason and one reason only. The big old biddies, bro. There's some girls out there that, god damn, bro. Like, where do they hide these women? Where are these women hiding? You know what I mean? How come I don't see women like this in the real world? I don't know, man. It's crazy, bro. I just get surprised every single time those little ring girls come out. They have the little tiny waist, little tiny legs, and then big old fucking boobs. And that's not what I'm getting distracted. That's not what I'm here to talk about. So tonight there was an episode of WWE SmackDown. I'm not going to attempt to watch it. I've given up on WWE. I'm a huge wrestling fan. If you watch this channel, if you know anything about me, I've been obsessed with wrestling my entire life. I don't watch WWE. It's garbage. It sucks. And I finally realized why. And it's ironically because of Jake Paul. Crazy stuff. I wasn't going to make this video, but thank you, Jake Paul. Thank you. And thank you, Logan Paul, too. That's why they're going to be in the thumbnail. I don't know what the title of this video is going to be, but they're certainly going to be in the thumbnail. And no, it's not clickbait. I'm actually going to make a fucking point with these two. Because, you know, I don't watch WWE, but I do watch, and I thank God for people like Intern John, for Heels Advocate, C-Jax, Bobby Monsoon, Deontay DDJ. I make fun of them a lot here on this channel. I do. I make fun of them a lot, but it's because I love them. You know what I mean? Like, thank God they watch this garbage television, this absolute stinker bullshit, so I don't have to. You know what I mean? I can watch their videos and then, like, know what happens on WWE TV and tell you why it sucks, because it's just like, if you actually sit down and watch an episode of SmackDown, you're gonna want to shoot yourself in the fucking head. It's such garbage because, like, okay, here's the thing. We all know it's fake, right? We all know it's fake, and that's fine. Like, who the fuck cares? It's predetermined. Who gives a shit? But, like, once you know that little valuable fact, then you start appreciating the product in a different light. You're like, okay, you know what I mean? What I'm trying to say is, you know they're actors. You know people like John Cena, you know people like Batista, you know people like Roman Reigns, Rhea Ripley, they're actors. So, in my personal opinion, I can appreciate that aspect of them more because it's not only are you great athletically and you can wrestle, but you're also a good actor. But it feels like lately there's not even that. And that's what this Jake Paul match really, like, it clicked in my mind because I was watching Intern John's video. And like he does a great analysis, a great breakdown of every single segment, every single character, every single match. I plead to you, please do not watch WWE TV. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just watch Intern John. Trust me, dude. You're gonna fucking thank me. Because not only do you see like the results of the most boring show on television, but he actually makes it funny. He actually makes you want to fucking look forward to what happened on it. Not because it's good or anything, but because you want to see how much he makes fun of it and how true it is. Like, because all the he says a lot of negative shit, but all of it's true. He doesn't just complain to just complain. He actually gives really good advice. People like Heels Advocate, people like Intern John, people like Bobby Monsoon. They're really fucking smart and they know what they're talking about. Triple H does not. Okay? Like, it's been proven that Triple H uses fucking AI to book the shows. And, you know, that's what was bothering me. The whole fucking night, all night, I just kept wondering to myself, why is it that I want to watch Jake Paul, but I don't want to watch WWE? Why is it that I want to watch Jake Paul, but I don't want to watch WWE? I'm not even a boxing fan. You know what I mean? To me, boxing is the same as wrestling. They're both predetermined fake garbage. Okay? I don't understand why boxing fans always say, oh, wrestling's garbage, wrestling's fake. It's like, yeah, so is boxing. Ever since, like, the one thing you always hear about boxing from way back in the 60s is, oh, the mob gets involved, or oh, the mafia, or somebody always pays somebody off. And it holds true to this day. Look at any Jake Paul match. All of his opponents are paid off to fucking lose, or at least make him look good. You know what I mean? That being said, I can appreciate both of them equally. Because again, I don't fucking care if it's fake or not. It's still impressive as fuck. Until you watch WWE. And then, I don't know, you watch the people they feature weekly on TV. They can't wrestle. They can't act. And, like, they're not charismatic. So you start to think to yourself, this is a show about fighters. This is the best wrestling company. It's not. It's the worst. But the mainstream opinion is WWE is the best wrestling company in the world. So you start to question why you're even fucking watching this. You, like, from an outsider's perspective, you watch this show, you watch it full of people who can't win wrestling matches week in, week out. It's the Vision, it's the NFTs. A group of fucking losers who can't win a fair fight, a one-on-one fight. So they cheat. They can't act. Because they suck at doing promos. They suck at selling moves. They suck at acting like they're in pain. So you question yourself, why am I watching this shit? It's like, just imagine you're watching a movie directed by Martin Scorsese, right? It's written by the Russo brothers, the guy who wrote Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, right? But then you get the actors, and they're from the local high school, and they suck. And you just ask yourself, why am I watching this garbage? These people, they didn't hire the right people. And that's what watching WWE is like. It's like, what the whole presentation is supposed to be, these are real fighters, they're the best of the best, but they suck. They suck at acting, they suck at wrestling. Why am I watching this shit? And then that's when it clicked to me, because I was watching Intern John's video, and like, it was a really quick one. It was 11 minutes. The show was that shit because he was like, I would rather watch Jake Paul fight. Like, he literally cut the video short. He was like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm gonna go watch the Jake Paul fight instead. That's more interesting. And that little fucking thing that he said clicked in my mind, because I was going through the same thing. Because I asked myself once the video was over, that's it? That's it? That's all that was on SmackDown TV? And that's when I realized, holy shit, that's the problem. That's why WWE sucks. There is no main event. Just think about it. Think about it. Okay? Think about it. I did not give a fuck about any single fucking match on the Jake Paul event other than Jake Paul. I tuned in because I wanted to see Jake Paul get his ass kicked. I don't even like him as a boxer. I don't think he's bad or anything. You know, I barely watch boxing as is. The only times I watch boxing is because of Jake Paul. And the only reason I watch Jake Paul fights is, again, because of the big old boobies on the TV. So, you know, it's something to look forward to. You look forward to the main event, whether you love him, whether you hate him. That's why he was smiling at the end of the show. You're paying money to watch him. He's the draw. He's the main event, whether he wins, whether he loses. There's a main event to look forward to for anybody and everybody. Even non-boxing fans such as myself. Can you say that's the same thing about WWE? You can't. And I know people were going to argue, oh, Rhea Ripley, all Roman Reigns, the part-timers that are never on TV, the part-timers who are relegated to losing now, they used to be big stars years ago, but now they're just jobbing. They're losing every match. Wrestling is predetermined. There's no reason to be making these guys look weak. But no, Triple H is such an arrogant prick that he just makes all his top stars look like a bunch of weaklings. So, every single episode of Raw, every single episode of SmackDown, there is no main event because the main eventers are gone. And it really clicked on my mind today. Because, like, a common complaint about WWE, especially Raw, is that, oh, for the past year, every single Raw ends with the Vision. Which, again, they're a group of losers, jobbers, who can't fucking win a match. They lose every single match they're in, whether they're in a team or whether they're alone. They suck. But every single episode of Raw, Monday Night Raw, ends with those idiots beating somebody up. Not wrestling, not in a main event bout. These guys are not main event material. It's just every single fucking time I watch Raw, it's some stupid tag team match thrown together last minute that ends with a brawl. Just people being disqualified from the match and beating each other up. That's not a fucking main event. A main event is like, oh, you can fucking guarantee that this match is gonna put butts in seats. You can guarantee that this match is gonna get you ticket sales. You can guarantee that this match is gonna go viral on the internet because these are such huge draws. You can say that about Jake Paul, whether you love him, whether you hate him. You can say that about Jake Paul. He puts butts in seats. He gets people to watch him on Netflix. He gets money. He gets advertisements. He gets sponsors. He is the main event. Whether you like that fact or hate it, he's the main event. WWE doesn't have that anymore. Every single time I watch fucking I don't watch SmackDown, but when I would watch SmackDown, it would always end with the champion Cody Rhodes fighting the challenger, not in a main event fight. No. In some random backstage brawl. And when it wasn't that, it was the NFTs fighting some other tag team, ending in a brawl. There is no main event. Like, the more I look back, the more I start thinking about WWE. There is no main event. Ever. There's no main event at all. Fuck main event stars. There's no main event, period. They don't book main events. And that's just absurd to me. Because how the fuck are you going to put on a show about wrestling, a show about fighting, and you're not going to book a main event? How fucking stupid is that? Your show should not end on some stupid brawl, on some stupid promo, on some stupid backstage segment, and that's how WWE ends every single fucking show. There's no main event anymore. There's no big match that makes you want to tune in. Because back in the day, bro, back when I used to watch wrestling when I was a little kid, it was like you could look forward to SmackDown ending with like a big match like Undertaker versus Edge, or John Cena versus Randy Orton, Batista versus Finlay. Like it was always a main event. Even if you didn't watch the first 2 hours of the show, you could always rely on that last match to be fucking banger. You don't have that anymore. And again, it's not even because there's no main event stars. There's so many good talents. You got Obafemi, you got Javon Evans, you got LA Knight, you got these people who are main eventers, but you're not even utilizing them. Why? Because you're not putting on main event matches. You're ending the show on bullshit. And like, bro, that's just fighting 101. Whether it's boxing, whether it's UFC, whether it's wrestling, you have to have a main event. So it's just absurd to me that they don't even bother anymore. You don't even bother to make a wrestling show a wrestling show. You're trying to tell these story. I get that they're trying to make it more story based, but when the stories are being written by ChatGPT, just go back to the old formula at this fucking rate, bro. Like, put on main event. Like, why is that so crazy to think that every single show should end with a big match? Like, again, that's why I'm stressing so much on Jake Paul. Love him or hate him, people tune in to watch Jake Paul. You know what I mean? He wasn't the first match of the night. No, he put on a bunch of other people to warm you up to that final match. So you can sit through the entire show in anticipation of, man, I want to see this dude get his comeuppance. Man, I want to see this dude get his ass beat. And that's just combat sports 101. That's the most basic fucking thing ever, bro. I don't know. Like, it's insane, bro. Because you got top guys. You have people who can put on me. Like, I'm sorry, people are going to hate me for saying this, but Logan Paul, dude, he's a good example. He should be the main event of most shows. I don't like him as a person. I don't. But he's like one of the best things to ever happen to the company. He's got millions of fans. Millions of little fangirls who are obsessed with him and they'll watch anything he does. He's got the podcast. He's got the sponsorships. He brings in sponsorships. Every single fucking show, there's a literal cart dedicated to Prime. There's a giant Prime fucking logo in the middle of the ring. Like, he transcends the internet and wrestling. He has ingrained heat. Like, he's done so much bad in his life that the fans are naturally gonna hate him, and you can use that infinitely because he's just been terrible. And it's just like, bro, you have all these people that people are paying to see. People want to see Rhea Ripley. You know what I mean? Like, every single time I go out in public, people just talk to me about Rhea Ripley. Even if they're not WWE fans, they're like, this goth chick is fucking hot. I think she's hot. This Rhea Ripley chick, she's so sexy. And it's like, you have people like Rhea Ripley. You have people like Charlotte Flair. You have people like Logan Paul. You have people like LA Knight. You have so many fucking people that you can make great storylines around, and you're not even making storylines anymore. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Just, I don't know, man. We live in a fucked up backwards world where Jake Paul can put on a more interesting main event than the WWE, bro. And that's why I say WWE is dead. WWE is dead because, yeah, even though the first 4 rounds of that Jake Paul match were absolute unwatchable garbage, I don't regret watching that over SmackDown because now I have something to talk about. I can use Jake Paul to roast WWE. And that's the thing. When you're being compared to Jake Paul, when Jake Paul is drawing more numbers than you, when Jake Paul is drawing more money than you, when Jake Paul is just much more interesting in every single fucking way than your whole company, you're doing something wrong. And it's hilarious because Triple H, on John Cena's last match, he was like, I'm disappointed in you. I actually expected the boos to be louder. And it's like, you fucking brain dead moron. You don't realize the boos are so silent because everyone's leaving. SmackDown does not even get 1 million viewers anymore. It's at an all-time low. People tuned in to watch Jake Paul over SmackDown. You should be worried. You should be worried, bro. You're an idiot. You don't know how to book a fucking... How is it that Jake Paul is a better booker than you, man? How is it that Jake Paul is a better booker than you? You're a fucking idiot. You have his brother right fucking there. You know, it's insane. It's inane. It's asinine. Es un pinche idiota. Es el más grande culero pendejo en mi vida que he visto. Y es la cosa, like, ¿cómo no sabes hacer lo básico? ¿Cómo no sabes hacer un show de peleas? No es tan difícil. Solo pone peleas que gente quiere ver y después pones una pelea muy grande que puede atraer a gente que no son fanáticos de tu producto. Like, I'm speaking Spanish. That's how fucking mad I am. I don't ever speak Spanish on this channel. I don't know, man. But yeah, we live in a world where Jake Paul is better than WWE. Somebody shoot me, please. Put me out of my suffering. I can't breathe. I have a lung infection. Just somebody end my suffering, bro. Yeah, but yeah. Jake Paul is better than WWE. I never thought I would say that in 1,000,000 years. But I would much rather watch Jake Paul do his little dancing around the ring, his little fucking shoulder tackles, because he was doing WWE moves in the ring. But I'd much rather watch that than watch any episode of WWE anymore. In 2026, I'm not going to watch any WWE. I'm only going to watch C-Jax. I'm only going to watch Intern John. I'm only going to watch Heels Advocate. I'm only going to watch Bobby Monsoon. I'm not going to watch that shitty show. Stop watching WWE, bro. It's at the point where Jake Paul is much more interesting. Like, at this point, fire Triple H and just hire Jake Paul. I'm pretty sure, like, you can't be any fucking worse. That's a joke, by the way, but damn, bro. Damn. This is fucking pathetic, bro. That match, the Jake Paul match sucked, but, you know, it was nice. It was nice to see him get his ass kicked. And, you know, if there were 1,000,000 times I could redo this decision, and I was given the option to watch WWE or watch Jake Paul, 1,000,000 times out of 1, I would choose Jake Paul. Fucking garbage. All I gotta say to you is watch AEW. Just watch AEW, man. Just watch it. If you want good wrestling, watch AEW. It feels like every single fucking week we're getting dream match after dream match after dream match. I'm eagerly anticipating watching Takeshita finally go against Okada. That'll be fucking fire. That's something I really want to watch. You know what I mean? Speedball Mike Bailey doing his thing. Joshua Alexander doing his thing. Orange Cassidy doing his thing. There's so many great performers here, and it's just like, I don't get pissed when I watch AEW. I have such a good time. Every single time I watch an AEW show, I feel satisfied. I feel happy. I'm like, man, I'm so glad I watched that. I'll be cheering along. I'll be clapping. I'll be saying, fight forever, fight forever. When the fuck do you hear that in WWE anymore? You don't hear, you just hear boos, boos, boos. The show sucks, bro. And the main guy they're pushing to be their top star, he can't wrestle, he can't act, he can't talk proper English. Why is he even on here? Get actor. Literally at this point, I'll just say it like this. David Arquette was a better world champion than Gunther will ever be. It's fucking scary, bro. It's scary that people are paying out the ass to watch this garbage. I don't know, man. Kill me.